Hello, hello, we are live with Wingspan, playing with viewers. Alright, so looks like we don't have anybody here yet, so I'm gonna do what I normally do and just start up a game with some computers and wait for people to show up. I actually want to I see something I need to adjust. Let me take care of that real quick. Okay, good to go. Alright, so once we get some people showing up, I will just exit out this game and start up an online lobby. Just don't want to leave the, just don't want to be sitting on the menu screen while we wait. There's actually been a lot happening with me this week. Get into that after I pick my birds here. Well, these two look pretty enticing. I don't like to spend too many actions on getting food, but looks like this one actually produces a unit of food, and the caching is optional. And the Chiff Chaff is good as a long-term plan for generating points. See what we got here. Oh man, I hate behaviorists. That's gonna be wildlife gardener no matter what. Alright, and I guess just one more different food. What's in the tray? Nothing all that exciting. Alright, so the first story I was going to tell everyone, it actually happened... Is it Saturday or Sunday? It's been a while. So, I went over to my aunt and uncle's house. They invited me over for pizza. And we were gonna watch a baseball game. The game hadn't started yet when I arrived, so I just kind of suggested, well, why don't we all go out for a walk? They live not too far from a fairly big park and nature area, so we all walk out there, go to the point where I'm ready to turn around. There's a spot at the edge of the nature preserve that has one of those little wooden boxes. They call them a little library. And it's just like free books, you know, that you can drop off and take. So I took a few of those. And my uncle wanted to go through, actually, let me think about this pick. See, I like both of these birds, but they are also both very expensive. The shoveler costs double wheat, and I have that bird in the forest that produces wheat. Yeah, so I think for now I'll take the shoveler and I'll leave the egret. I'm not gonna tuck that because I need to use it to pay for extra food. Okay, so my uncle doesn't want to go back the way that we came. He wants to go through the actual nature area a bit. You know, the grass and the forest paths. So we go, and you know, it's been a while since we've been to this little park area. And we don't actually, let's see. Let me see how this woodpecker works real quick. Gain one from the bird feeder, you may cache it. Alright, so I should take the worm, reset. I'm gonna get that wheat for free. Let's go ahead and take the fish. I'm gonna see if I can get that egret. Alright, and we're gonna take that instead of caching. So, we're walking down the grass path, and then the grass path leads into the forest. And what's this? I think I may just draft both of those on my next turn. Oh, I do kind of want to just play the shoveler. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play the shoveler. I don't think either of those two cards are crucial for us. Alright, so where was I? So we're, yeah, so we end up going from the grass trail. It leads into the forest. There's one trail that none of us have ever been down before, and we decide not to go down it. And we figure, like, it's just going to be a pretty quick shot straight through the woods if we stick to the main big trail that we're on. And we'll end up out in the picnic area. And we ended up lost in the woods in this park for about 2 hours. Just going around in circles, because even though it was only a few acres, there's a lot of switchbacks and stuff, and I don't think I want to tuck any of these cards. I think we're still early enough in the game that the Song Sparrow is pretty good. It also counts towards our little bonus card. See, Mute Swan, that draws extra cards, right? Oh, it's a rummaging type card. Yeah, I don't think I need it. Let's see, I think I'm just gonna draw cards again. Because I do want to be able to pitch some... You know, I do want to be able to pitch a card here to get an extra food. And then when I play the Song Sparrow, it's going to be on the grass lane. So yeah, let's just draw some stuff off the top. Oh, and we got a pretty good one, too. We want to tuck. I guess we can tuck this. Wait, why did I tuck that? I wanted to throw it away to get an extra food. That was dumb. Little Bustard isn't a bad card, but I think we can afford to get rid of it. So let's see. I think what we really want is 2 worms. Bunch of worms, yeah, but the berry is also useful, so yeah, let's pitch the Little Bustard. Get this berry. Get the wheat for free. That Benelli's Eagle looks pretty tasty. Well, do I want to build up the do I want to keep building the wetlands, or do I want to try to start branching out? I think I need to go ahead and start branching out a bit. Let's drop some eggs. Where do we want to move this song sparrow to? I think we want to play this oracle next, and we have the food to do it. So let's go to the water. And we'll play the oriole, then we'll draw with the sparrow. Alright, we're getting paid off immediately. Alright, I want to see what the 2 top cards are going to be. These birds both could go into the grasslands. They're not really what I want there. I want birds with good brown powers for the grassland. Alright, let's move the sparrow to the forest. Get some food. We're going to skip that for now because we've got the Benelli's Eagle. Yeah, I think I want to drop something on the grasslands, even though the ruff isn't really the type of bird that I want there. That way the song sparrow can get us an extra egg for free. So yeah, that story I was talking about. Was there anything else that happened with that trip into the woods? Not really. I don't know. I found a stick in a dumpster on the way back, but asked if my aunt wanted it, but she wasn't. She wasn't interested. It was a nice stick, very sturdy. Alright, we're gonna take that wheat. And we're gonna go ahead and play this red-breasted merganser. Do I need a berry? Not right now, I don't think I do. Just gonna take a worm. Alright, so we get to do a free tuck and draw here. Don't mind cycling that away. I'll also do the pipit. I really want to keep the eagle. Yeah, I really want to keep these other cards, even though I'm passing up a free point there. Oof. I guess this woodpecker would be pretty good if I drew it early, but it's past the point where I want to play anything like that. Alright, eggs in stick nests. Well, I've only got one stick nest at this point. That really wasn't the place to send the song sparrow. Because I got this merganser that I want to play in the wetlands. We take just a worm again, I guess. Actually, I think we probably don't want to bust an egg here. Oh, that's a great card. I like that a lot. Okay, so this common goldeneye. Well, actually, let's see if it's gonna work in this game. I've got a wild card, another chimney. That's good enough. I'd really want to get a third. I would really want to get a third chimney nest at some point. Okay, we've got one. I think it's too late for this bird to really do much. Got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got 3 cards that I feel pretty good about chucking under this Benelli's Eagle. I would really like to get this egret down. Nice. Exactly what I needed. Oh, man. Do we just keep taking worms here? I'll take a berry since I don't have any. Yeah, this is one of those games where it's just taking me way too long to deploy all my birds. Yeah, I don't think I want a chimney nest bad enough that I'd play the woodpecker. You know, I wonder, is the white start good enough? Or the white throat? I'm not getting eggs down. So I think if there's ever a time to actually use that bird, it would be right here. Could lay up to 9 eggs by the time the game is over. I do actually kind of like the Baltimore Oriole too, since I'm planning to use the common goldeneye. Right, tuck. We can tuck this nuthatch. I don't want it. And the grosbeak. Wait, and this other nuthatch? Excuse me, I want that. I'll actually keep this bird too. That looks fun. What? No, don't tuck that. There, yeah, tuck those two. Oh, a Barrow's goldeneye. Well, let's see if I can draw it with my rough. Yeah, I've got no eggs. I can't play the white throat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this game just because I didn't actually play birds. Alright, you get out of here. You get out of here. Honestly, yeah, you get out of here. It's just too late for any of those cards to matter. All the food that I have available is worms. Which doesn't match the birds in my hand. Well, I think I just need to play pretty much anything in my egg row. And where did all my turns go? Just didn't do anything this game. I don't know, like we could play the Robin, but I don't think it's any good here. Yeah, I guess I should have intentionally overpaid for the Lark. I'd have less total food, but I would have actually been able to use the ability. Let's see, this could draw us a new bonus card, or this one could, get us high enough to score points off of this one. I think on average the Nuthatch is the better choice. So let's go ahead and drop that. What did we get? Oh, we got a new card worth 4 points. Let's take this wheat, that way we can activate our Lark on our last turn. Salvage just a little bit more out of this game. I don't know, maybe this just wasn't a Song Sparrow game. Actually, yeah, the end-round goal is birds without eggs, and there won't be another turn to activate this, so... Doesn't matter what we draw. I don't know, maybe the Benelli's Eagle was the problem. Because I did sandbag a lot of cards that I could have either played or used for food in order to get that down. Well, got the W, but yeah, this isn't a very good score. I think the Song Sparrow and maybe the Benelli's Eagle just kind of killed that game. Alright, I'm not seeing anybody in chat. But my Streamlabs may just not be up to date. So I'm gonna... If you're here, go ahead and speak up. And, I guess if you arrive later, you wouldn't hear this. But yeah, if you were... You know, at any time, if I'm playing against the bots, and, you know, I get some people who are here to play, I'll definitely, put a fork in those games and start a lobby for players. Alright, and I'm going to take one quick second here. My room is getting pretty dark. The sun's going down, so I'm gonna turn a light on. Alright, I'm still not seeing anybody here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start up another AI game. Oh, if anybody's been following the Twitter and is concerned because I've been talking about some pretty severe back pain, I'll just go ahead and speak to that a little bit. So, Tuesday morning, I got out of the shower, and I felt this twinge of back pain, and it was a feeling I'll never forget. That I've had it once before. It was the beginning of back spasms, where, like I said, this happened one time before, where my spine just decided it was going to crush itself. I'm gonna take a look at this card before I pick the last thing. Bull nest. Birds worth less than 4. I guess it's gonna be birds worth less than 4. I want the titmouse. Or do I want another piece of food? Yeah, just give me a second here. I want to make this decision before I continue the story. I'm gonna take the titmouse here. It should eventually be useful. And if it's not, I can always dump it for an extra food once I've got the painted white start down. Let's see, and I was gonna take backyard birder, and we're good to go. So, alright, so back to Tuesday. My back does start spasming, crushes itself, just really excruciating pain for no reason. And my ability to walk yesterday was very off and on. I feel like mostly off. I do think poor posture in my computer chair and, you know, an old mattress, like, these are not good for my back, but I felt fine when I got out of bed. I felt fine while I was in the shower. This is something that my body decided to do to me. It wasn't something that I did to my body. The same as last time. Actually, yeah, both times it happened after I got out of the shower. Because years ago when this happened the first time, right before the first twinge of the spasm, I tried to bend over to pick up a towel, and my back wouldn't bend. I do like the canvas back. It's got a star nest, which I guess I don't have any use for a star nest right now, but a lot of things care about nest type. And, you know, it just adds an additional card draw to my wetlands. Okay. Okay, so we're drawing all sorts of wetland stuff. I don't like any of these. Take the Bobo link. It's possible that I'll want to use the Bobo link at some point. The other birds, including the chimney swift that just got revealed, there's basically zero chance I'm going to use those. And next turn, I'm going to use that free berry we just got to play the tufted titmouse and the painted white start. We'll have to lay eggs again either way, but it'd be really nice if I could end up with enough resources to play the canvas back after I finish up with all this. Alright, so really glad that I kept that. Yeah, all these bird-related objectives, being able to play 2 of them in one turn like that is really going to help. Alright, so we're laying eggs this turn. I'm not going to have one for the end of round goal. A set of 3 eggs. Ooh, fish crow. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. It doesn't solve all of my food problems the way that a raven would. Do I want to take it? Do I want to just get food so I can dump the canvas back? I think I'm gonna try to play the canvas back. Just let this fish crow go. Now play the canvas back and then spend a few turns drawing with the, I guess both the canvas back and the white-throated dipper. We're gonna see a whole lot of cards. And if I knew the AI was gonna be giving me this many free berries, I wouldn't have spent that turn gathering food. Hooray! American Coot is really good. I don't know if I want to be... I don't know if I want to be taking a Wetlands Engine bird at this point. Let's see what the top card is. Burrowing Owl. So, a bad card that could go in the middle lane. Burrowing Owl is really bad. Although if I did play it, then the Bobo Link would be starting to look pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna draw the Coot for now. That's not what I want. Okay. Oh yeah, if I take the eagle, I can just slam it by tucking cards. And that's worth so many points. It's about as good as, you know, having a brown power bird in that lane. I want to take one more draw before I start committing cards to the grasslands, though. Oh, come on, give me grass birds. It's all wetlands birds. Zuli bunting. Well, the bunting can lay eggs on the canvas back, and that will produce a lot of eggs for me. It's the other option. Violet green swallow. I think I like the swallow more, because it allows me to filter through some cards while I'm laying eggs on the grassland. Sorry, I couldn't get to the mute key in time. And I completely forgot about the backstory, too. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a problem for me. Like, I'll tell half of a story, then I'll react to something that's going on in the game, and then I'll just completely forget what I was talking about. I think I'm actually good with just taking double worm. Alright, well, let's deploy some birds here. Excuse me, put that in the grasslands? And I think we'll go ahead and dump the eagle in there too. That way we can lay 3 eggs. But yeah, I decided to sleep on the floor last night. Which I do believe was good for the back, since, like I mentioned earlier, my pain today has been significantly less than it was yesterday. I've been able to walk most of today. But, yeah, I did wake up in the night. I needed to use the restroom, and it was a struggle to get off of the ground. My back was really torturing me. I even experienced a moment of, like, actual, like, 10 out of 10 pain. Like, the level of pain where, I mean, if I could have ripped my spine out to make the pain go away, I would have. That's what I mean when I say 10 out of 10. And it took somewhere, it was at least 20, probably closer to 30 minutes to slowly, like, get up off of the floor into seated position, seated into semi-standing, into standing, into actually getting up the stairs. Let's see, we're running out of time here, so I feel like the Bobolink and the Burrowing Owl are probably both going to come down. Let's maybe just take wheat as our last food here, just because I don't have any of it yet. And And, yeah, when I woke up this morning, it was, again, really difficult to transition into a standing position. But once I was standing, and once I started to move around, I've been able to walk for most of today. I did still go to the gym, but I obviously didn't do my normal routine. I did some physical therapy exercises and a couple of upper body exercises. It wasn't much of a workout. It was just the main reason for going was to keep the habit active. Let's see. If I play the Bobo Link, there's a pretty good chance I win the round-in goal. It'll lay 3 eggs when it comes down. Well, it's not the most efficient play, but I do want to deploy my birds. Alright, so effectively a 10-point bird there. Well, this is a pretty interesting call here, because Franklin's goal is obviously extremely powerful, but we're also extremely late in the game. And I think, honestly, the purple Gallinule might be the better thing to draw. I could spend 2 berries on it, which the AI keeps feeding me, instead of just 1 with the gull, and it's worth more points. It has a lot of space for eggs in its nest. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. Yeah, we can get this American coot out of here. I don't want it. Now, I am 1 bird short of Backyard Birder. So, I think I may go ahead and play the Stilt. Oh, worth less than 4? Maybe I should have taken the gull, actually. I mean, I guess I still could. Or I could take that Grasshopper Sparrow. Yeah, I like the Sparrow. Let's tuck the Stilt. Yeah, this only costs 1 food, and it lets me, it's gonna help me fill my center lane. I think the Burrowing Owl is gonna come down. Because I just haven't drawn anything else, and we're getting pretty late in the game. Let's do the Wood Stork. I'm gonna take Fishery Manager since I've already got points from that. Probably not gonna have enough cards for Visionary Leader. See, Grasshopper Sparrow will get me the 3 points from Backyard Birder. And there's another reason the Titmouse ended up being good. Because it looks like I'm gonna hit this number exactly. Let's see, do I need to gather food again? I think I do. I don't have any wheat for the Gallinule. Well, let's take this rat for the burrowing owl. And I don't think it really matters what the other resource we take is. We have the exact resources we need for the burrowing owl, so we can just play that. Alright, and the computer's gonna give us some free food there, so we've got enough to play the Gallinule. And everything else is just gonna go into bonus eggs. I'm hoping that we have enough space for all of our eggs. Looks like we're going to be generating 7 per turn. We're going to play the Gallinule. So we should have... actually, I think we might be a little bit short on egg space. We're going to activate 4 times. We're going to produce 7 eggs each, which is 28. Yeah, we're going to waste a few eggs here. Oh well. So yeah, I did actually finish my backstory. That's kind of where I'm at now. At this moment, it's a dull ache. I don't know how long it's going to take to actually clear up, but I think it probably will. And not having a card for the Swallow sucks because that's 4 points we're going to be missing out on here. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that none of the bots took and played that American Oyster Catcher. It actually is a pretty good card. Because when you play it, you get 2. You get the best out of all the cards, and then you also get the one leftover card that nobody took. And against bots, that's especially amazing because I've had cards that I was thinking about taking first come all the way back. But yeah, even when you're not a human playing against, you know, the dumb bots, you get the best individual card, and you get 2 cards instead of 1. And it's worth 1 more point than the whatever the stilt is that draws you 2 cards when it comes into play. So, I mean, also just the raw numbers are pretty good value. I like it a lot. Usually the AI isn't too shy about picking and playing it. Burrowing Owl is such a bad card. Like this, the Burrowing Owl might have created more points for me if I had just held it in my hand and, you know, just had the one card in hand to keep pitching to the Violet Swallow. The Violet Green Swallow. Alright, 100 points on the nose. Yeah, so Burrowing Owl, it's bad. It's always bad. We knew it was going to be bad. I don't know. I guess I should have... I guess since I was reacting to the round-in goal, I should have placed it down before the Bobo Link. But at least mentally, I hadn't fully committed to playing the Burrowing Owl at that point. I was hoping to get an actual good bird in play instead. But yeah, if the Burrowing Owl had come down before the Bobo Link, that would have been good. The Owl and the Bobo Link weren't amazing. The Gallinule is always... The Gallinule was fine, also not amazing. I mean, that's just kind of how this card is. Like, it's pretty good. But it's pretty good. It has a pretty good floor, but also not a very good ceiling. It's like if you get it, you play it. If it's in the tray, you're probably not going to spend a turn just to pick it up. At least you shouldn't, in my opinion. Alright, well... Streamlabs is still telling me 0 viewers, but if there is anyone who is in chat and is just being shy, I'll wait here on the title screen for a minute. Yeah, I'm totally fine with dumping one of these computer games to actually start a lobby with a viewer, but if you didn't want to interrupt the AI game and you're here, just speak up. Oh, but in the meantime, so... Here's something that doesn't make sense to me. On cooking videos, like on YouTube, or just like cooking media in general, sometimes when they're doing a fish recipe, I'll hear them say something like, now, the thing about this fish is that it's really fishy. I mean, like, it's a fish. It's supposed to taste fishy. And then sometimes they'll even go as far as, like, okay, so here's what we're going to do to cover up that fishy taste, or to make this fish taste less fishy. Why? If you don't want to taste fish, if you don't want to smell fish, why are you eating fish? I want my fish to taste like fish. If I didn't, I would have chicken or something. That just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not even really sure what fishy is as a flavor. Like, I can think of some fish, like salmon, for example, that have a pretty strong flavor. And I can think of other fish, like cod, that kind of just don't taste like anything. But I don't know, I feel like those... I feel like they still have different flavors. Not sure if I actually want this. So, I don't know. What is fishiness? And why do people want to eat fish but not taste the fishiness? Yeah. Speaking of fishy, this opening hand is kind of fishy. I really don't want this red start, but I think I kind of have to take it. Because these two both eat worms. So I can only play one of them. I mean, I guess I can play the red start. And then, because of its brown ability, it wouldn't be too inefficient to then just get a new worm to play the yellow start with. I assume there's... Oh yeah, there's all kinds of worms in the bird feeder. Yeah, I guess this opening hand is fine. So yeah, they make fish sauce in Southeast Asia. And they make Worcestershire sauce. I think that originated in England. And fish sauce and Worcestershire taste nothing alike. And I mean, with the Asian fish sauce, it's just... I think of that as just really salty and umami. And that's it. It's like... It's a super concentrated flavor, but... I mean, is it that different than, like, a soy sauce or something? I can't really tell. Or like a miso? You know, where is this, fishiness that I keep hearing about? What kind of food do I want here? Probably just like double worm. I don't know. I guess, YouTube viewers, when you're watching this days, weeks, months from now, comment, I guess leave a comment and explain to me what fish tastes like. Or, sorry, explain to me what fishiness tastes like. Because I've eaten fish before, and they all taste different. And I have no idea what fishiness is. Getting back to the game, I think this is going to be a pretty good one for us. Common yellowthroat is... It's not the best bird to start the game with, but it's like... Outside of the kill raven birds, it probably is. You know, and the kill raven birds are the ones that are just completely busted and unfair. I think I do want this blue bird, especially since I've been having so much trouble filling out my grasslands. This bird is overpriced for what it does. It's also an end of the game point bomb, and we're right at the beginning of the game. Alright, so I think our next play is the woodpecker. Then we can lay eggs and drop the stilt. I should say, lay eggs, gather food, and play the stilt. Let's use wheat on you, buddy. You're the only wheat eater we've got. Is there any way I can reset the bird feeder? Not in time for this woodpecker to do its job. Let me take a fish as my second food. It's more likely to be useful. And I don't want to hand the computers a fresh bird feeder. Alright, no eggs, so it looks like that oyster catcher is going to get away from me. After I talked so good about it in the last game. And I do stand by that. The oyster catcher is better than the stilt. You know, you would have to concoct a pretty unlikely scenario for that to not be the case. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it, you dumb bots. Oh, they didn't do it. They really are dumb. Alright. Well, we know who our least valuable player is going to be now. It's the woodpecker. It accomplished nothing before I got to the raven. The woodstork is good. Yeah, I think we need to get the raven down before we mess with trying to draw it, though. Right. What I think I want to do here is lay down the bluebird and the scaled quail next turn. That'll get the egg line all nice and caught up. We'll be producing, well, looks like still just 3 per turn. Well, 4 because the quail. And it kind of makes up for the turn I wasted playing the red-bellied woodpecker. Yeah, none of these birds in the tray are important. So let's just lay eggs. Get food. 2 worms for the blackneck stilt. Let me look at my opponent's boards. Alright, so there's 1 predator and it's not a very good one. Yeah, this turkey vulture is not gonna accomplish anything in this game. Alright, so this might be one of those games where we get a raven, but we struggle to draw anything worth playing. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I don't want it. 5 points for 1 food. I mean, that is a pretty good ratio. Ooh, cowbird. And I've got a couple of birds that can catch the cowbird eggs. So I think that's what we're going to be doing next turn. This bird counts double towards end of round goals. Well, I know from reading on the forums that that doesn't apply to egg goals. So, I'm gonna say no thanks to that bird. Let's see, if I did the titmouse and the nutcracker, that would cost 2 food. How many eggs? 3 eggs? Ooh, that's kind of a lot. Like, just to finish this bonus card. Well, we're kind of out of good stuff to play, so let's take another dip into here. I'll keep the Griffin Vulture around a little bit longer, just in case one of the AIs does play a good predator bird. Yeah, this hawk is not amazing, but it does finish up the grassland. Let's go back. Let's be strategic about which eggs we're spending. And take 2 rodents here. I think I saw a little owl, so... Alright. We got it. I was gonna say, one of the AIs might get in our way here, but it didn't. Alright. I think it's time to go digging again. Bald eagle is pretty good. Nice fat pile of points there. Well, we straight up can't play the Griffin Vulture anymore. Damn, I would have liked that spotted owl. I wasn't paying attention to the round. Alright, what's the bird feeder look like? There's no fish. I think it's too late in the game for Barrow's Goldeneye to really do anything. Let's just lay some eggs. I guess technically we should fill up birds with big nests first. Wait, really? The puffin is that small? I always figured those things were huge. See, it's 2 fish and 1 rodent. Yep. Alright, we are going to overfill our eggs here, so now there's a fish in the bird feeder, but we can't afford the eagle yet. I'm gonna take double rodent in case the little owl gets in our way. And we'll hope to get at least 1 fish from the bald eagle, because that'll let us pay for extra eggs. Bald eagle. Well, this should be a pretty good score. I feel like we might... Yeah, we're gonna run out of nest space, but... We shouldn't overflow by too much. Well, that's why you always want to get some of your points from tucks or from caches. Because once you're full, you're full. Well, we couldn't really draw any kind of points bomb bird to put in the forest. Oh wow, we actually split that because the cowbird doesn't have a nest. Well, red is keeping up so far, but I think... Yeah, I was about to say, I think we probably won that one. Only 85? I felt like, I don't know, that felt like better than 85, but... but this guy wasted some of our turns. I'm gonna blame that. Yeah, and we had to spend a lot of turns just kind of digging for cards, and you know, we found okay stuff like the eagle and the hawk, but yeah, I'd say the raven was the only like really the raven and the yellowthroat were the only two like really amazing birds that we got. So we spent the whole late part of the game just playing like, you know, playing okay birds. That did good for us, but yeah, not good, but not great. I guess the cowbird is great. Yeah, the cowbird is great. What am I saying? Cowbird is amazing. Cowbird is both of the both of the cowbirds and then that cuckoo from the European expansion. They're S tier. Like they're not fair. Yeah, they're not Killraven tier, but they're also insanely good. Okay. Well, on account of my back, I don't want to stream too long. And Wingspan has kind of been a flop on 2 platforms now, so I don't think we're going to get a massive raid or anything, even if I do press on a little bit, so let's just wrap up the gameplay section. So is there anything else I want to talk about before we end the stream? Yeah, I don't usually exhaust the full list of. I don't usually exhaust the full list of topics, but there's only one thing left on here, so I might as well this time. So something that it creeps in and out of my YouTube recommendations, and a few days ago it creeped in, and I started clicking on some of these. Are the seal rescue videos. They're put out by, it's called something like Ocean Preserve Namibia. Namibia being a country in southern Africa. And it's these dudes that catch seals in nets, and they're rescuing them from things like usually fishing line, but anything that gets tangled around the seal's neck that it can't get off, and it like hurts the seal. They'll pull it out, cut it off, and that has to be just the best job in the world. We're pretty close to it. You have to be outside all day on the beach. I know that Namibia has a pretty nice climate. I'm gonna say most of the year. The summers I think probably are pretty hot because, well, I've seen what South African summers are like, and Namibia is even closer to the equator, so it's probably even a little bit hotter. But you're at the beach by the ocean, which I think that makes the heat a little less intense if you're right at the coastline. Yeah, they get to be active, driving around the beach, chasing the seals. They're internet stars. Like this YouTube channel, it gets a lot of views from all over the world. So at least the ones like Antoine that have been there a long time, and they're not like summer interns or anything. They are legit celebrities. Man, I was born in the wrong country. I want to be one of the Namibian seal rescuers. That's the actual best life. And yeah, I'm actually out of stuff to talk about now. Good job me, right? I was interesting tonight. I had conversations that weren't just narrating the gameplay. Any last-minute channel announcements before we wrap up? This is going to be the last Wingspan stream, at least for a while. I am still pretty addicted to the game. It is a lot of fun to play, but it just doesn't seem like there's much interest in watching it. And I also want to sort of get the channel more focused, so that I can actually have kind of like a brand that, kind of like an identity as a streamer, which would hopefully also, attract some people to come and watch. So I'm going to start leaning in pretty hard on retro games, and at the least retro, maybe also retro style. So something like Stardew Valley that has like kind of bit graphics. Like I think Stardew Valley is about the same level as a Super Nintendo with 16-bit. Those games I might put on the channel, but actual retro tiles are what I want to start leaning into for the immediate future. So this week's schedule I obviously left unchanged after I made that decision. And Darkest Dungeon, I think I'm going to leave in the rotation for at least one more week before I give up on it. It the first two sessions were a total flop on YouTube, but everything was a total flop on YouTube, at least while I was live. Uh, my VODs are, my VODs and clips actually get some views there. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a couple weeks here on Twitch. If people start showing up, hanging out, okay, we'll continue with the Darkest Dungeon playthrough. If not, I'll go ahead and drop that too, and it'll be retro. I think if I drop Darkest Dungeon, it's going to be retro styled. Because if I say it's retro styled, that makes it a lot easier to have games on the rotation that I could offer up as playing with viewers. I could play Stardew Valley with viewers. I could play Crypta the Necrodancer might be a hard one. But there are a lot of games with retro style graphics that have online multiplayer. And for retro games, even including remasters, that's usually not going to be an issue. Like if I'm on the newer end of what's considered retro, I guess there are games there that were made for online play, but a lot of those depend on servers which, aren't online anymore. A lot of them are focused on LAN play. And playing with viewers is something that I want to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be devoting all this time to Wingspan and definitely not Darkest Dungeon because I've played through the story once. I haven't finished all of the Crimson Court content, but I have an estate where I'm on the Countess. That's the last Crimson Court boss I haven't faced yet. So as far as like my personal, my personal enjoyment, I don't need to stream Darkest Dungeon because I'm mostly I'm mostly satisfied with, the game. There's just a little bit of content that's left for me there to experience for myself. I'm streaming Darkest Dungeon because it's good for audience interaction. So if we can get if we can get an audience and we can get some interaction with Darkest Dungeon, then yeah, I'll play it. But I would say it's under the gun, so to speak. So tomorrow night, Darkest Dungeon. Next Thursday, also Darkest Dungeon. After that, maybe we'll do Darkest Dungeon, maybe we won't. But yeah, I've actually got quite a few retro games in my Steam library that I own that I just haven't played or haven't gotten very far in. So expect next week's schedule probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. I do have one clip I want to take out of this stream to publish to YouTube, and that's going to take a while. But yeah, we're going to have 2 nights of retro gaming and 1 night of Darkest Dungeon next week. The retro game is to be determined. And I think that covers all that I had to talk about. Did my ending music stop? the equalizer is not doing anything. Oh, it did. It wasn't set to loop. But the other ones aren't either. I'll have to go and correct that after the stream. It also looks to be a little loud. The equalizer is going up almost as far as my microphone. Well, to anyone who is watching this on demand, thank you for checking it out, and have a good rest of your night.